Another daily motivational message. Motivation is a lot like taking a bath, brushing your teeth, keeping up your personal hygiene. You want to take care of the inside as much as you take care of the outside. The inner root is going to expose and bear the outer fruit. So I really want you to be focused and intentional with the language that you're using, the thoughts that you're focusing on, where you're directing your energy, and the effort that you're putting forth. There's something about having a single minded focus, and I want you to understand something. It's really important. Life is about patterns, and we all have patterns of behavior that we engage in. And those patterns of behavior are what we call default settings. It's what we fall back on when things are not going well. It's what we fall back on when things are going great. It's habitual behaviors that we've cultivated and developed over time. Now, the challenge of that is if we know that more than 80% of our behavior, some say as much as 90%, but it's a high number, okay? It's more than half is habitual. So that means there's parts of your behaving that are not in alignment with going to that next level, leveling up in your life, raising your standard, being better in terms of your diet, what you put into your body, being better in terms of your discipline and your exercise, being better in terms of the effort you're putting forth on your job, in your career, in your business, being better in your relationship, being better with your volunteer work, being better as a community leader, whatever parts of your life where you're not experiencing higher levels of growth and impact and success, it's because you haven't raised your standard. It's because your behavioral patterns are getting in the way. So think of it like, how can I, number one, take an assessment, like be honest about what those patterns are that are not serving me, that are automatic. And I don't even have to think about it. It's like I'm on automatic pilot. And what happens is you start to look up. It's already February 4th. Okay. Look, the first month of the year is gone. It's gone. Like, that's crazy. We in 2026. We just got here and already the first month is gone. And here we are. The month of February is just popping. It's going, it's going, it's going. And if you're still doing the same old stuff expecting a different result, well, you know what that is. That's called insanity. So I want you to really take a look at some of your behavior and identify if it's serving you or not. Because you got to recognize the pattern recognition, and then you have to interrupt that pattern with something different, something that is uncomfortable, that is unusual, that is stretching you beyond your current comfort zone. So I'm thinking about when you make a decision, and then all of a sudden, every act behind that decision is something different because you've decided you're going to go for it. You've decided you're going to reach for something greater. You're going to take a chance on yourself. You're going to take a risk. And there's something about when you're a kid, you're playing, like you're having fun and you're living in this moment of energy and enthusiasm and excitement and discovery. You have that childlike quality that is seeking more and seeking adventure. And so don't lose that, or find your way back to it if you have lost it, because maybe you've lost it. And so there's something about the nervousness of asking that young lady out on the first date. I remember I was uh, I was just completely taken with this young lady. Her name was Stacy Howard, and I was in third grade. And I was like, I have to take this girl out. I didn't even know what that meant. I was like, oh, walk her to class, maybe take her to a movie with our parents. Like, I can't even remember what the words were in third grade, right? But I just knew, like, I wanted to go out with her, and so I was uncomfortable. I didn't know what to say, but I made a decision, and all of my activity after that was in alignment with getting to that actual decision of asking her out. And so, guess what? She eventually did become my girlfriend. And I did take her to the movies, and our mothers did chaperone. So, there's nothing as powerful as a made up mind, but it's the behavior. Because up until that point in time, I was very comfortable, kind of just, keeping to myself, playing with my friends, doing sports, throwing the ball around, playing King of the Mountain, tackle football. But the idea of asking a girl out on a date, like, that was completely foreign to me. It was totally new. And so, what are some things in your life right now that you're wanting to step up to? And what are some areas of your life where you've just fallen into a predictable rhythm of behavior that doesn't create more growth? There are some people, okay? Not all jobs are dead end jobs, okay? I don't believe that. Most jobs are dead end jobs, but not all of them. So there are some people who work a job, and the nature of the job is such that it's constantly challenging them with new puzzles to solve, new problems to figure out, new obstacles to overcome. And it forces them to grow as a result of the nature of the demands of that job. And it's indeed demanding, but they love it. For example, independent journalists. I can imagine like they're out here and they're reporting on things and they're finding creative ways to get their message out and they're stretching themselves in new and unusual ways because of social media and different platforms because they've walked away from that traditional anchor chair and they've moved into the podcast chair. They've moved into the camera one-on-one chair. And so every day presents a new challenge. They're excited about it. See, that's something where you're stretching and growing by the nature of your job. Most people don't have jobs like that. Most people are living in jobs where they've capped out on their income. The nature of the beast is that the job is going to try to extrapolate from you as much as they possibly can while paying you as little as they possibly can until they can find someone that they can pay less to do your job. That's typically how it works in most jobs, not all of them. So if we know that that's the setup, the question is, what are you doing so that you're keeping your life exciting, you're keeping your growth engaged, and you're keeping the adventure and the journey of life all that it can be, tapping into your imagination, tapping into your vision, tapping into your ability to create a compelling future for yourself instead of just going along with the same old because it's what you're accustomed to. Yeah, I go to work, I punch the clock, I come home, I hang out with my family, I watch some TV, I have something to eat, I drink something, and then I call it a day. And then I rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Well, why don't you do something different? Why don't you take your behind to the gym? Why don't you go for a run? Why don't you pick up a book? Why don't you write a book? Why don't you pick up an instrument? Why don't you learn a new language? Why don't you surprise your spouse with something that you all can do together? Take them to an art class. Go do some pottery. You could be like Ghost and be all romantic with the clay. And you could rub the clay all over each other and be all romantic. Do something different that's going to stretch and grow you, that's going to challenge you to get out of your comfort zone and level up in different ways. And you're not going to get there unless you first recognize patterns, pattern recognition. What are the things that you automatically do that keep you in the box? And then pattern interrupt. How can I break out of the box? I'm going to get up right now. I'm going to put on my shoes, Ed. I'm going to run around the block. I haven't exercised in 6 months. So I'm going to go run around the block. Just around the block, Ed. I'm going to be exhausted. I don't even know if I'm going to make it out halfway down the street, but I'm going to run around the block. I don't care how long it takes me. I'm going to do it right now because you said so. And then boom, you recognize the pattern instead of sitting on your on your butt and watching the boob tube, electronic income producer, idiot box, the screen sucker. Instead of watching that, you get up, go for a run, you come back, you're like, man, that was really hard. My lungs are burning, but man, I did it. I did it. What else can I do? Oh, now you're changing. You're starting to expand. So, quick message for you. I know it's a little bit late in the day. Crazy day, helping a lot of people today, which I'm blessed for. But here's your daily motivational message. If you got some value from it, hit like and subscribe. Please share it, and we'll see you tomorrow in the morning. For real, for real.